Shapes and edges we transform, patterns forming under stress, speed puzzling at our best. Every second counts today. Focus sharp, don't drift away. Lost in pieces we unite, building worlds with all our might. Whispers humming in the air, laughing, dancing without care. From the chaos order springs, puzzles solved in joyful flings. Pieces flying in the air, clock is ticking, no time to spare. Colors blend into the scene, solving puzzles like a dream. Hands are moving light and quick, got our tricks and perfect flicks. Every corner piece fits tight, speed puzzlers, we own the night. Puzzle mania fills the room, hearts racing, we feel the zoom. Victory is almost near, speed and fun, we have no fear. Puzzle pieces like a storm, shapes and edges we transform, patterns forming under stress, speed puzzling at our best. Every second counts today. Focus sharp, don't drift away. Lost in pieces we unite, building worlds with all our might. Whispers humming in the air, laughing, dancing without care. From the chaos order springs, puzzles solved in joyful flings. Pieces flying in the air, clock is ticking, no time to spare. Colors blend into the scene, solving puzzles like a dream. Hands are moving light and quick, got our tricks and perfect flicks. Every corner piece fits tight, speed puzzlers, we own the night. Puzzle mania fills the room, hearts racing, we feel the zoom. Victory is almost near, speed and fun, we have no
hello
fear.
everyone, and welcome to tonight's competition. Let's get away from all the participants.
Puzzle pieces like
everybody
a
give me a wave
storm,
if you can hear me?
shapes and edges we transform,
okay, fantastic.
patterns forming under stress, speed puzzling
I
at
just
our
wanted to
best.
show this
Every
this last image of
second
Maria
counts
today. It's just so
today.
lovely having a nap there on the table.
Focus sharp, don't
Fox's
drift
assistant is
away.
one of the regular.
Lost in pieces we unite.
Okay, sorry, I just realized on the live stream that the music is still going. I've just turned the music off. Sorry to the YouTube viewers, I forgot to turn the music off. Now you can hear me. All right, well, thanks everyone for joining us today. We have over 100 people participating today. We have about 90 in the live stream, and I also have a parallel flex meeting happening in the my other window, my other screen. There's about 20 participants also there. who will be participating with the same puzzle. A couple have already submitted some offline times. So yeah, we'll have an extra large amount of people doing this one, which is very exciting. So I'd like to welcome Fruji, who's my co-host today. If you're
Hello.
there, yes, there you are.
Yes, there.
And you have a different background today.
I realized that my camera was off again, so I had to sign in with my laptop instead.
And you have a bit different background today. Are you still in Hungary?
Yes, I still am until Friday when I am flying to Finland for the Finnish Nationals.
Oh, wow. So you're going to from the Hungarian Championship to the Finnish Championship.
Yes, exactly. I'm doing kind of a puzzle tour this week.
Yeah, and there's a lot of competitions happening this weekend. It's like the US Nationals, Finland, Denmark, and the UK. So
yes, so 3 big championships. It will be hard to like decide what to like actually watch on live streams when someone is not puzzling, like to watch everything at the same time. And Dutch championship. Oh, the Jan van Gasteren one.
Oh, is it the final of the Netherlands, the NK Liga Puzzle? Okay, so then the Dutch will be busy with that. There's the solo, the pairs, and the teams. Oh, fantastic! So a lot of people puzzling this weekend. All right.
It is indeed a lot of people.
Yeah, so we had a question. So the theme for today's competition is brands, and the question we asked our participants in the registration form was, what are your favorite brands for speed puzzling and for casual puzzling? So I'd like to ask that question to you.
Ooh, it is very hard to pick one. I do like Ravensburger a lot, but I wouldn't say that it's my favorite. I do love Schmidt because of like the thicker pieces and because of the fit. And for the same reason, I like Cherry Patsy a lot. And recently I discovered Cloudberries, which I enjoy very much, but especially their bigger puzzles, which are like really, really beautiful images. So I enjoyed those very much. Janine is asking if her camera is working in the meantime, if we could check that. And yes, so mostly for speed puzzling, it would be Schmidt and Cherry Pansy, because like I got my best times with those puzzles every time.
Yeah, that was actually quite similar. Also, there were a lot of different answers, but the 3 names that came up the most often were Ravensburger, Schmidt, and Cherry Pansy. Yeah, but it was also interesting, like in terms more like that was more for speed puzzling, but for casual puzzling, we had a lot more range of answers. A couple of people mentioned the Magic Puzzle Company, so I had to go and search what is the Magic Puzzle Company.
And I actually have no idea what that is. I don't know that at all.
Yeah, they come in square boxes. I'm not sure which country they're from. They look kind of American, I guess, and they have really colorful, bright images. My first thought in describing them was kind of like for the Germans, like a Wimmelbuch. So like where there's just like a lot going on. Like every square has something happening, kind of like a Jan van Gasteren, but not with little people, not with cartoons, rather just with random colorful elements. So they look really fun. Yeah, I'd also like to ask the question to Michael, who's helping us today. I'll just put you on screen. Hi there.
Should it work now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Great.
thank you. I like interesting that you mentioned Magic Puzzle Company. I recently visited the UK and there I got a chance to grab one of these. And for casual puzzling, it's really great, but it's really hard to get them here in Germany. But it was really great. They have almost no puzzle dust, and that's great about them. And nice images, but hard to find in Germany. For speed puzzling, I like Ravensburger, Schmidt Puzzle, Cherry Patsy, and quality puzzles. But with Schmidt puzzles, it's because of the tight fit, it's hard to deconstruct them and put them back into the box. that's always disappointing after finishing the great puzzle. So it's a hard work to
That's true. It's like
assemble.
you have to take like every piece apart like by itself. But
Yeah.
they're great for pickups, and like you can roll them. My daughter likes to like roll them, and like you can turn them on the side and they stay together. Same with the cherry pezzies as well. Yeah. All right. It's a really great.
It actually came up at a competition recently that an organizer was planning on using Schmidt, and one of the like other organizers was like literally had to tell them that like for a team competition, it's not really good if you have to do 2 puzzles after each other. Like to take it apart, you might destroy the puzzle in the meantime. So it's not the most ideal for like switching over quickly to put it away.
To put it all back into the box so easily. Okay, that's also a good point. Yeah, but
and one more brand for casual puzzling I got excited about is Paper Blanks. So they have a structure on the puzzle, and for casual puzzling, it's really great. So that's also a brand, but I only did one of them, but it was really great. Paper Blanks.
Yeah, my colleague did one from Paper Blanks and was like really excited because it was such a beautiful image. It was like a bird with like a firebird or something. And like they have really beautiful images. They actually, Paper Blanks, I think they make like diaries and paper stationery and things like that. But now they're expanding into puzzles. All right. Well, thanks so much, Michael, for helping out today behind the scenes. And Prushi, let's check in. Not everyone has their camera on and is ready to go. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to turn the mic on in the Flex meeting. Hello, Flex meeting. Can you hear me now? All right. So, everybody, you can unwrap your puzzle now and take off the plastic wrap as well. Let's see what we have today.
Let's see what puzzle we're going to be seeing today. Is it a bluebird? No, it's a pieces and piece.
Yes, that's right.
Ooh, what seed is that? Is that mushrooms?
Yes, it's mushrooms with flowers and some nice plants in the background. It's called Forest Grove, and the artist is Snippets of Whimsy.
It seems like this might be a fast one at first glance.
Yeah. So, so everyone should remove the plastic wrap and place the box back in the middle of the table. Okay, so yes. Okay, so everyone in the Flex meeting is ready to go. From what I can see here in the live meeting, everybody is asked ready. Okay, let's do a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're off.
So have fun, everybody. I'm going to turn the mic off now in the Flex meeting. Okay, so the Flex meeting are going quietly about their business, and we have the live stream. All right, so I'll give you a close-up of the image that we are working with today. So
yes, let us see a little bit of what we're dealing with today.
Forest Grove from the artist Snippets of Whimsy, and Pieces of Peace have a few puzzles from this artist. Really fun illustrations, and what I really liked about this one is there's so many different textures, so you can really sort well. Like you can just make little piles of similar patterns, stripes and spots and flowers, and then go about it. Or you can just pick and pull as you go.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of like different colors and textures that are probably nice to sort out. We're going to see what strategy people are going to go for at first. We can already see some flipping happening everywhere.
Yeah, today we're going to start with E in the alphabet. So we have Ekaterina from Russia. Elena from Latvia, Alan from the Netherlands, Emilia from Finland, Emma from Sweden, and Eva from Poland. And at Emilia's table, that's actually Veronica from Norway. She's visiting at the moment, and she's actually commentating Emilia's Twitch live stream. So in case you're wondering, but she knows she's not allowed to help.
Yeah, there is a lot going on in the background of Emilia.
Yeah.
Yes, I can already see some sorting happening around here on the top left and the top right corner. There is already, yeah, I can see some piles being assembled. Emilia is also sorting a little bit from what I can see. And the others are pretty much just flipping, just getting that first glance at what the puzzle is going to look like and what pieces they are dealing with.
Yeah, it's going to be a big weekend for Ellen as she's participating then in the finals, definitely with Inga and probably most likely with her team as well. So in the Dutch Championship, and Emilia will be participating in Finland. And then I assume Veronica will be participating in Finland as well. She's sitting there.
Yes.
So let's see who else we've got. Yeah, there were a few comments in the chat.
Yeah, Freya is saying that this was a lovely choice and it will be a super fast puzzle. And she's guessing 36 minutes. And yes, people already know the deal. If you have a guess of what the first finisher's time is going to be, just drop it in the chat so we can see who gets closest. I'm also speculating something in the 30s, the 35, 36, maybe even less with something like this. It looks like a quick one.
Well, I'll make a bold prediction. So in this competition, we have Christian Nijala from Poland. I participated on Tuesday night in the Polish competition, and we also had a pieces and piece puzzle. And this puzzle that we have is, I found, so this mushroom puzzle I found easier than we had the puzzle the other night, and Christian finished the other night with 33 minutes. So if this one is a bit easier, maybe we'll get closer to 30. So I'm
we shall see. We'll
right
be excited.
on the 30. Maybe one day we'll get our first sub 30 time in a competition. That would be crazy.
At one point, we definitely are.
So we have Francisca on screen. That's actually Fuji and my teammate at the upcoming Siegen competition Puzzle Blitz, and also at the Worlds. We'll be in a team together representing Germany. We also have on screen Frida from Germany, Gabriela from Romania, Hannah from Finland, Hannah from UK, and Helen from the UK.
It feels like we have a really high number of countries being represented this time. Like I have already heard a couple of countries that are like not usually in Jigsaw Jams, or not that often, I would say.
Yeah, Ekaterina is our only participant from Russia. She's been in a few of them, but so far she's the sole participant. And we also had recently a couple of participants from Iceland, which was pretty exciting.
Nice. Very good. The Jigsaw Jam is getting everywhere.
And we had our first participant from Peru as well.
Incredible. So you pretty much just have to get to Antarctica by now.
Yeah, if someone's going on a cruise to Antarctica, let us know. We can take the EJJ with you. All right, so we have Francisca starting on the border, as is Hannah, whereas it looks like Gabriela is doing some sorting up front.
Yeah, so far this is the strategy that most people are going for, from what I can see. That there's a lot of sorting going on at first, or going for the edges.
Yeah, I actually decided not to go with the edges because I thought, oh, there's a lot of blue there. And so I left it until the end, but I feel like the printing is a little bit off. Once I actually did the puzzle, it felt like it was a bit more zoomed in. And so there were actually very few pieces of like pure blue. Like most pieces have some plants on them, or these like white bubbles that's part of the background. There's also a slight gradient, like in the top left-hand corner, there's like some dark green, emeraldy colors in the blue. And then towards the right-hand corner, it's a bit more like turquoise color. So, I mean, we see Hannah already doing the border with the blues, and yeah, not actually a bad place to start because you don't have that many pieces of that solid color.
Yes, exactly. On like first impulse, I would probably go for the edge, but only because otherwise I would end up doing like a complete chaos of what is happening around me. And yes, actually, what is interesting is that on my own screen I have Christian and Kristen next to each other, and they went for the exact opposite strategies at the moment. If you want to show that, so Christian is going for the edges, and Kristen is sorting, and pretty meticulously. So it's pretty interesting to see them next to each other at the moment.
Yeah, so we're up. We just started at the letter J. We have a lot of people with a name starting with J, and then we go into the Ks. When we get to them in a few minutes, I'm actually going to leave both of them on the screen until they finish, because I think it would be really interesting to see their strategies and how they work side by side. We did have Christian on all the time and the last time you participated, and we have also seen Kristen from start to finish, but to see them side by side will be very interesting.
So yes, that's definitely a good idea.
Yeah, so we have on screen as well Inga from Lithuania, Inga from the Netherlands, Iris from Denmark, Irma from Switzerland, and Jagoda from Poland. And Jagoda is actually a name that I've just heard of recently. In the first Polish competition I participated in, she actually came first. So
nice.
She just came in just before Victor, and that was quite exciting to know that there are even more fast people in Poland. There's not just Christian and Veronica and Victor. There's others. So
yes, and Poland is definitely a dominating country in puzzling at the moment. Yes, so we can see like the different strategies unfolding here as well. Like we see edges being built and some sections being built already. So I think most people are done with sorting by now, or with the majority of sorting, and pretty much have picked what they are going to start working on for first.
Yeah, so,
and that's exactly what is happening.
Yeah, we can see some people here you could actually basically start anywhere. When you actually start building, you could start anywhere, because any one of those toadstools is a nice section within itself. So it'll be interesting to see which of those toadstools people go for. So on screen we have Viana from Slovakia, Janine from Germany, Jenny from Finland, Jessica from the USA, Joanna from Poland. So Joanna is actually the organizer of the Polish competitions. And then we have Johanna from Germany.
You have been very involved in the Polish online competitions recently. Have you participated in 2 already, if I see so correctly?
Yes, I only have 2 of them.
Okay. And how have they been?
It's really fun. So you're Joanna and 1 or 2 other Polish ladies, they commentate in Polish. And so I just like listening to it. So I just have them on in the background. I don't understand except if they say a few words here and there in English. But I do enjoy listening to them. And yeah, it's very cozy and they're very chatty. All right. So we're coming up to the Ks. Let's see. But yeah,
there are some really good camera angles here that I can also see. These overhead views are always really cool. And the camera is completely above the puzzle, because somehow it gives like a way more view for whoever is watching.
Okay, so here's Jukka from Finland, Karel from the Netherlands, Karin from Austria, Karina from Germany, Katrin from Switzerland, and Kirsten from Germany.
Everybody's doing great. It's definitely going to be a fast puzzle. So you can pretty much see like finished edges for whoever started with the edge, or pretty big chunks done already for like so far everyone that I have seen.
Yeah, I mean, like Karina has already done the 3 red toadstools with the white spots, and I also did them quite early because the stems, they also have different textures compared to the stems of the other toadstools. So these ones have like a beige colored with like brown little like stripes on them, and then there's the biggest toadstool has like a light bluish stem, and another one has an orange stem. So that's also something quite fun, is that even the not only the hats, you could say the hats of the toadstools are different, have different patterns. You can easily tell apart the stems as well.
No, it seems like a really, really fun puzzle to complete.
And we're seeing like people starting in all different areas. Like Katrin has got the orange one with the spotty circles, and Karel has already done the blue stripy one. So yeah, this one's gonna be fun because people are gonna come from it from all different angles.
Yeah, there's so many things happening in the image that it's really just like a personal preference of who's going to jump on which section. It's just a joy to watch with everyone. Doing amazing work here, everyone. And I can already see an even more ambitious guess from Vicky, which is 30 minutes and 16 seconds. And then Freya says, oh, wait, Christian is here, then 29 minutes.
So we have Kim van Meerten from the Netherlands, Kristen from Norway, Christian from Poland, Laura from the UK, Leah from Denmark, and Lena from Germany.
Yes. Lena has like the circular tray, if I see that correctly. I can't really see the names because my screen is pretty small.
Yeah, that's Lena. She puts all her pieces into a tray off to the side and then pulls them out as she needs. So she's a very clean, orderly space. Quite
that
unique.
is actually like a pretty cool strategy. I find it really interesting because it does give you a lot more space to solve the puzzle itself. And maybe you get a better overview if you manage to like pull out only what you want to work on instead of having all the pieces scattered in front of you.
And maybe if the light moves, if the sun moves, then you can move your tray to a better position where that everything is in good view.
That's actually also possible. You don't have to move the entire table if you need better light.
Yeah, so if we compare Kristen and Christian, so Polish Christian has the border done and is building leaves and toadstools close to the edge where he can attach them. And he has, a clear, the pile is clearly to the left of him, and then he's pulling them over and placing them within the frame where they roughly belong. Only a few pieces are like scattered in there, whereas Kristen has patches everywhere. There's no clear form at the moment of, looks like she's got pieces on the left and pieces on the right while she's building in the middle. But yeah, working really on those textures. She's really going for those spots and stripes and different patterned toadstools.
Yes, so they pretty much like grab the puzzle from 2 entirely different angles. One of them is building it from the outside in, and the other is building it from inside out. And it's actually also very tricky to say which one of them is more ahead, exactly because of this, because you see such different parts of the puzzle being done.
Okay, I've just zoomed in a bit. Christian has quite a lot done at the bottom right-hand corner. So he's actually, so at the bottom there's like a light strip of brown where the flowers come out at the bases of the toadstools, and that's pretty much done. So there's like about, and some of the lower ones as well. It's also interesting watching their hand movements. I mean, Kristen has a lot slower hand movements, but very purposeful, and Christian is more hectic and moving in double speed.
Yes, he probably has less accuracy in the sense, but moves at least twice as quickly as Kristen, who places everything like instantly, pretty much. Whatever she picks up that has a spot already.
Yeah, so I've added to the screen, we have Lenka from Slovakia, Lilia from Austria, Lena from Lithuania, and Linda from the Netherlands. I really like Linda. What Linda's done, she started with flowers, and she's basically completing one section before starting on the next one and placing them pretty much where they belong and very orderly.
Yes, they're making pretty good progress here as well. And what was actually very sweet, Lenka wrote me earlier today when we posted about how the Jigsaw Jam is happening tonight and we're going to be speaking. And she was like, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to mute the meeting for the first time. I feel like I might be quicker if I don't listen to it. And then she was saying that, like, I listen to it later on, but like I want to try puzzling without the sound. So it was just a nice gesture.
Yeah.
Saying that she's going to turn us off for this time.
Yeah. No, she's doing great. I mean, she's starting, so she's attaching sections to already another section. So the top parts that attach to the border, and then building one toadstool on attached to the next. And yeah, Lena has also done, pulled out different textures, has done the blue stripy toadstool, and yeah, already has the border pulled out to the right hand side to do that later. And Lilia is making good work on the border.
Yeah, it's doing great. It really seems like a very, very good puzzle choice for this one.
I really enjoyed this one. This was so much fun, and it's so pretty, and and it was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this.
There is definitely something in it for everyone, even though it is a busy puzzle that you can definitely see from the get-go. But like there are like bigger chunks that people can work on. So yes, there's something good that everyone can pick depending on what their strong suit is, and work from there.
Yeah, so I've added Lena Beata to the screen from Norway. She did really, she had a great weekend at the Norwegian Championships where she was on the podium with her team and possibly Pierre. I think she was in for two of them. We also had Maita from Belgium, Mandy from the Netherlands, and Mari from USA. Yeah, so big weekend for Mari, also the US Nationals. That's also going to be a big competition running over 3 days with a live stream. And Mari's partner, Jim, who we all know from the EJJ, he's going to be commentating on one of the live streams. That's going to be super exciting.
It is definitely going to be interesting to watch. And also what's really exciting is that I think I have read in one of the Instagram posts that they're going to have, I think, 14 unpublished puzzles, which are made directly for the nationals.
I hope that was not a April Fool's joke.
I think it was posted before the 1st of April, but now
I think I read it yesterday.
I'm skeptical.
But I that would be super impressive if there were 13 unpublished puzzles being used for the US Nationals.
That would pretty much mean that every single round has an unpublished puzzle.
Yeah, or at least all the finals and do they even have semifinals? Is it just heats and then finals? Yeah, possibly for every round. That would be amazing and a precedent.
That would be pretty much the dream. It will be exciting to see, because like they have published the artists already. I'm not even going to attempt saying the names because I can't remember it ever. But I remember looking at it and I thinking to myself that these are great artists who have already done really cool puzzles that have turned into like very, very popular puzzles for speed puzzlers especially. And so yes, it's going to be exciting to see what they come up with for the US Nationals.
So I've just received a message from Jim. He said every round is unpublished. Okay, there you go.
Amazing. Yes.
So I've just received a note from Michael. He says, Anna R, no camera is on. Belu, your camera is off. Inge's camera is on, but we can't really see much. Inge from the Netherlands. Yeah, so Anna R, Belu, and Inge, if you could just check your camera angles, please. Thank you. Okay, so we have Maria from Slovakia, Maria TV and Box Assistant from Sweden, Matilda. Here we go. Matilda from France and Mona from Germany.
It's a very good puzzling assistant. The cat. I like that cat very much.
Yeah, Mona is also doing a great job. She's one of the fast puzzlers from Germany, and yeah, doing some nice toadstools there. Not going for the board at all, but going to building the sections straight away. Yeah, everyone's doing a great job. Everyone's got something to get going with.
There's really good big chunks of sections done, like even for those who are slightly slower than like the 30-minute people. But they are also doing an incredible job in getting like big chunks together already. So like you don't see anyone who seems to be struggling very much, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I don't think this is a puzzle that you would struggle with, because if you find the pieces of a certain color or a certain pattern, and if you just can't connect them or it's just not working, you can just leave them and come back to them later and move on straight away to something else. And there's just so many different sections. Okay, I'm just going to check Belu's camera. Thanks for listening. Belu, no, I'm not seeing anything, unfortunately, Belu. Okay, so right now we have Mooney from Germany, Nia from the UK, Nicole from Bulgaria, and Nina from Denmark. And Nina's done a really big, yes. So the biggest toadstool is this pinkish one. It's kind of like in the shape of a triangle with some orange stripes on it. And yeah, it's great that Nina's got that big one out of the way, because then a lot of other elements connect to that. Like you can connect the three pointy red toadstools, or you can connect the white flower and the blue stripy one, or the blue leaves. So yeah, getting that big one out of the way is a good one.
What strategy did you follow, Michelle? Which way did you go about this puzzle?
I did more sorting than I normally do. So I did I did decide that when I flip, I'm not gonna pull out the border, and I decided I was going to pull out the pink one with the orange stripes, so the biggest one in the center. But while I was doing it, I was like, oh, I keep seeing these ones with orange circles on them, so so I started to put those to the side. Then I kept seeing yellow with white stripes. Okay, so then I started pulling those ones as well. And in the end, I was basically like sorting like about 10 different textures. So I did start building a bit later, but I felt that with this puzzle, felt comfortable for me. But I'm not generally a sorter.
Yes, I can completely understand that. And then what was your time in the end?
53 minutes and 13 seconds.
That's a really great time.
And so my time is 4 minutes faster than with the pieces that were used in the Polish competition. So maybe we could think that Christian might also be 3 or 4 minutes faster.
Well, we are 25 minutes in now, I think, if I count correctly.
Yeah.
So yes, we're getting closer and closer to the first speculations.
And Christian, I mean, his pile of pieces is getting a lot less. So it looks like he has less unbuilt pieces compared to Norwegian Christian. Or maybe it's just that they're tighter together, because Christian's are a bit more spread out. Hers are spread out on the left and the right, whereas his are in one pile tight
Pretty
together.
much just to the left, yes.
Yeah, just on the left.
It's tricky because he has that big chunk missing in the middle, and then I think Christian's puzzle, it seems less completed than it is. Because there's huge chunks that are done, or like not huge chunks, but there are many connected pieces lying around the puzzle itself, or the big finished middle. So those are going to be easier to probably to fit into the image once it gets done. And then pretty much you just have to build the edge around it.
Yeah, no, he's coming in strong at 20, just coming up to 26 minutes. So we also have Olivia from Poland, Quinta from the Netherlands, Rachel from Denmark, and Rika from Denmark. And yeah, so Olivia is also a really strong puzzler from Poland. and I had the chance to be her judge, her timekeeper at the Worlds, and I was like, oh, I recognize your name. You participated in the EJJ. So that was nice to, meet some folks from the competitions.
That is definitely great. It's good. It's pretty much going to be the same this year.
Yeah, so let's keep on moving because I feel that we're going to see a finish soon.
Yes, we only have a couple of minutes left before the first
So
finish.
does anybody want to revise their time estimate?
Yes, we're at 27 minutes now.
So we also have Robert Atkinson, and he's actually our guest interview for today in the later part of the competition. We also have Sanna from Finland, Sarah. I don't see. Maybe I don't have a registration for Sarah Rickley. And then we have Saka from Czechia. But yeah, everyone's doing great. Nice sections coming along.
Yes. Sharka is also a pretty devoted participant in the EJJs. I don't think I can remember any competition where she wasn't participating.
Yeah, she's a really solid puzzler, and and she participated on the weekend with her daughter and did really well. I think her daughter was 6 years old. So, and they finished like in the top half of the pairs competition.
Yes, she is a pretty strong puzzler from what I have seen from her results in the EJJ so far. Okay. And then Christian's puzzle is starting to turn very tricky because I think he has a couple of pieces on the puzzle as well. But it looks like he only has like maybe 30 pieces left.
That's true. It is, his pile is getting very small, and yeah, maybe he does have some piled on top of each other, but it is getting smaller. Okay, I'll finish with the people on the screen, and then let's close up on him. We have Saskia from Germany, Samilia from France, Smilla from Sweden, and Sophie from Denmark.
Incredible job, everyone.
Yeah, Sophie's also got a really large chunk of the puzzle done, looking really great. This time she's standing up. Yeah, she's training for the Danish Nationals this weekend and gonna put a strong performance in for sure. Okay, let's check in on
Christian, who has maybe 15, 20 pieces left.
Okay, now it's like 10. Okay, and he left the big section in the middle to last, and he's closing in, going from the border outwards, closing in towards the middle. And that was a bit tricky because you just have these vertical stripes with dots, and they all kind of look at the same. You have to kind of line them up and get them on top of each other. So that's actually a good strategy to close in from the outside.
And he placed all the pieces next to like the middle toadstool now. And then it's pretty much just, filling in the dots now.
I want to see our first sub 30-minute time. Go, Christian.
Most probably it's going to happen, yes. Almost there. Only a couple of pieces left.
Oh, twisting and turning, placing.
2, 1, done.
Yes! Oh, you did it! Sub 30, 29 minutes and 50 seconds-ish.
Under 30 minutes.
Wow, well done, Christian.
Congratulations. Whoa. That was pretty incredible.
I'm just going to check the exact time. Oh, I don't have that there at the moment.
Under 30-minute finish.
Okay, I don't know. Yeah, we started 2 minutes late, so I don't have that actually on the screen right now. Let's just check in who might be coming in close. Kristen's doing great. Yeah, most of the puzzle.
We are trying to see your exact time. It was somewhere around 29 minutes.
It was less than 30.
It was less than 30 minutes. We're trying to see the exact seconds.
Okay, but yeah, that's incredible. I mean, let me just ask.
Yes, and then SJ writes in the chat, and boom goes the dynamite. Yes, the question that everyone is asking is, Christian, have you done this puzzle before? No, not yet. Yeah, first try. Incredible. Congratulations.
Oh, where did he say that? I didn't see the answer.
He just showed in the image. He just showed in the video.
Oh, okay. So, wow, that's amazing. Yeah. Okay, so there you have it. People can do sub 30 on first attempts.
It is
In a
possible.
competition. I mean, we know some people have done it at home, in a casual environment, but yeah, amazing to see that we have it on video. We have the evidence. It was around 29 minutes and 50 seconds.
Yes, Marta writes in the chat, like some of the comments are coming in and they're saying 29:48, 29:46, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so I'm just going to check in with the other speedsters that we know. Oh, let's check in on Hannah.
Hannah is probably also going to be close, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so it looks like Kristen, followed by Victor and Hannah close behind. But yeah, everybody's doing great. So what I'll do is I'll just keep Victor on screen with Kristen. And
yes, Victor is doing incredible progress as well.
Let's just see. Let's check in with Inga as well.
Tobias is also doing pretty great.
So there's Iris and Inga. Oh, what about
Yes.
Yagoda? Oh, let's check in Yagoda.
Incredible job, everyone. We might have gotten a little too excited about Christian finishing so quickly, but everyone is doing great work.
Yeah,
like as we're zooming through like everyone's images, you can see that pretty much everyone is doing incredible progress here.
Yeah, and maybe we get multiple people finishing under 40 minutes. I think we have at least 10 people here at least who are in the hunt with like less than 100 pieces to go. So, I mean, Yagoda is looking really strong. Inga as well. Let's check in with Lenka.
Lenka is probably also pretty close.
Yeah, no, I mean, in the next 10 minutes, so we're at 30, just coming up to 34 minutes. So I think in the next 6 minutes, we will definitely see a few finishes.
Yes, Lenka is doing great too. Kristen is getting close to finishing as well.
And Iris,
she has maybe 20 pieces left.
Yeah, just the border to go. Just a few of the pure blue pieces and the border. It's always so satisfying watching Kristen finish, because it's like it's all planned out, and then it's just like putting the finishing touches, like just doing the border around the edge, and somehow it just looks like it's just so orderly.
Yes, exactly.
To finish with the border.
That's why it's always really good to see her puzzle, because like she's so accurate about like just the piece placement as well, of like how she sorts everything pretty much to around where it's going to be. And rearranging everything to the top now. And in the meantime, Victor is also closing in very much, but I think that Kristen has pretty much like second place locked in at the moment, unless Victor all of a sudden very much speeds up.
He's got that middle toadstool to finish. That's a tricky part. I mean, the blue is pretty easy because now it's just looking at the piece shape.
Yes, exactly.
So
we can see that happen right now. The piece is just like booming in.
I think Kristen's got the edge on this one. Well, okay, literally, no pun intended.
Haha, yes. Yeah, but cutting it very close. Like Victor is getting pretty close as well. Now I see his hand move a little bit more. There's more missing from the toadstool there.
But is he missing a blue piece? Maybe
yes.
on the floor?
3,
there's like
2,
a half red.
1, done.
Oh, well done, Kristen. Amazing.
Well done, Kristen.
So just under 36 minutes. Well done.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Okay. Not that we have any surprises. I'm going to check in on the Flex meeting. Yes, everyone is still puzzling. Nobody closed close to finishing. All right. Yes. So, oh, here we go. Here comes Victor in for the finish. And yeah,
Yes,
are
only
we
a
gonna
couple of
see him duck under the table to find a blue piece on the floor or shake out the bag?
Or it's just somewhere on the puzzle that we can't see. There it is. Third place. Congratulations.
Oh, good job, Victor.
So we have our podium.
All right.
And a lot of people are closing in now. I can see that Jagoda has only a few pieces left. Well, 15, 20. Lenka is also doing pretty well. Hannah is also very close. She pretty much only has like the top blue area to complete. I'm trying to look around for everybody else.
Yeah, so on screen I have Inga, Jagoda, Lenka, Hannah, Astrid, and Veronica. But yeah, time is 37 minutes.
We will
So-
still have, I think, at least one finish or two before 40 minutes. I'm confident. Yes, the top 5 is still up for grabs.
Yeah, so we see some people here have gone for boxing it in and then filling in the gaps. Like Lenka, you can just see all these gaps, but all over the place. But they're gonna, as the piece count gets lower, it'll be easier to pop them in, going on piece shape. And then in comparison, you have Astrid, who's working inside out, and then we'll have a similar strategy with Kristen in the end.
Yes, exactly. And then we have Hannah, who probably also went from inside out, if I can tell correctly. And then now she pretty much only has the blue pieces.
Yeah, so I actually ended with the blues because I did all the colorful stuff in the middle first, and then I did the brown section at the bottom, and that actually went really quick because it's only like maybe 4 pieces high, 4 rows high. And then I finished like with Hannah with like just filling in the only blue pieces at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to me, as I am looking at it, I think I would pretty much go for that strategy as well, just to leave the blue for the very end and like try and go by the shapes and like to what can I still connect to whatever is finished in the middle. And there's a request to pin Olivia, please. Olivia P.
Yes. So also coming in strong, perhaps like 100-ish pieces left. But yeah, there's many people here who are in contention for the top 10. So
Inge is also closing in very much, but Hannah pretty much has 4th place locked in at the moment. She maybe has like 3, 4 pieces, and then Inge very close behind with just 10. 10-ish. And Hannah is done. Congratulations.
Congrats,
4th place.
Hannah. So just under 40 minutes. And
Just under.
Oh, and there goes the 40 minutes.
And then Inge is closing in. Inge is on with, pretty much like 5, 6 pieces now. It looks like it's going to speed up now with finishers because Lenka is also getting very, very close. With only a couple of pieces left. Jagoda is also doing incredible here, and Tobias is doing a great job too. And then who else do we have here?
Mona, we have. Yeah, well done, Inge.
Congratulations, Inge.
So Inge is then 5th. And it's interesting when I look at Mona's puzzle. I mean, she's obviously leaving the edges till last, but it's always funny seeing like these almost complete pictures with these kind of jagged edges, with the little knobs poking out. Like it looks complete, and then yet it's like something's off. And here we see Lenka, last pieces. She's gonna dive for the camera, dive for the done message.
And jump.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And we're very sorry to hear it. Lena Buck had to log off because she's not feeling well.
Mhm. Okay, so who else? Nia. Okay, I've heard that Nia is doing well. We haven't seen her in the top 10 yet, but she is in the running.
Let's see.
Oh, Tamar is done. Wait there, Tamar.
Oh no!
Oh, there you go. Well done. Oh, yeah. Okay. Good job, Tamar.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Well done. So, top 6: Christian, Kristen, Victor, Hannah, Inga, and Lenka. And now Tamar takes out 7th place. Amazing.
There's still 3 spots in the top 10. So just one more little push for everyone. Jagoda is very, very close to finishing. She might take place 8. And then I'm trying to see everybody else of who could still jump in there. Veronica is also doing great. Veronica Wald. So now we just have to pretty much catch everyone who is doing very quick. It will probably speed up very much. We might not be able to catch everyone.
Yeah, I'm getting lots of hints now of who is coming in close, and Francisca is also doing a great job. Actually, I'm going to check in with Francisca on the other meeting. Francisca Treba is also, she was our junior champion. Oh yes, Francisca is going strong. Okay, good job.
So we haven't had a finisher in the flex meeting yet.
No, from what I can see, Francisca Treba is in the lead. She's got about 3/4 of the puzzles done, just mainly the blue pieces left and that middle toadstool.
Great. Incredible job, everyone. I just keep repeating myself. It's really, really impressive.
Yeah, but it's just so nice to seeing all the puzzles coming together from all different angles. Some on the flowers, some mushrooms, some borders, some from top to bottom, others from bottom to top. Like, just come at it at every angle. It's such a colorful one today.
Yes, it's really a joy to watch as well. And Jagoda or Tobias, they're incredibly close to each other. I think it might be Jagoda this time, but she might be hiding some pieces on her puzzle. And Tobias is done.
Oh, good job, Tobias.
Congratulations.
And here comes Jagoda.
Coming in strong. Just one piece left and run for it. Congratulations. Struggling with the done message. There it is. Congratulations. And we have the top 10 filled now. Is that correct?
I believe so. Yeah, would you mind keeping track of the numbers?
Yes, sure.
Mari just...
No, it's actually placed 9 now. Oh no. Oops. Jagoda and then Murray Black and Ellen. So it's place 11 for Ellen.
Yeah, and it's just going so fast now. Okay, so on screen we have Veronica, Francisca, Sophie, and Olivia. Possibly Alina. Let's check. So Alina and Emilia.
Yeah, people are closing in very much now.
Well, it's nice to see Emilia laughing and chatting away with Veronica.
It looks like it's more of a puzzle party now.
Yeah, no, they're just having a good time. Okay, so Astrid and is also in the hunt for her finish.
I'm just trying to see everyone.
Yeah, there's going to be multiple coming in.
And Veronica seems to be done. Congratulations.
Veronica.
12th place. Really well done. And we're still not, well, yeah, 4 minutes away from 50 minutes. So we're still under 50 and we already have 12 finishers. And we have a lot of people closing in now.
Oh, Karel. Okay, let's just check. Yes, good job, Karel. Yeah, people are putting in a really fast times here. That's going to be a real confidence boost for those who are participating in a championship this weekend. Especially the Danish and the Dutch who have already finished, and the Americans, yes, going in strong
Definitely.
to the championships.
Yeah, it is a pretty good idea to have something like this before a championship, or it can be a very bad one if it goes badly. But so far, I don't think it's like a very discouraging puzzle going into a championship. So it might be the ideal one.
Yeah, we just got Lena's like last piece. Put her last piece in, and then boom, done. Oh, so now
And Franziska is done. 15th place. I can't even type the numbers fast enough into the chat because another finisher comes in. Congratulations, Franziska. Yes, we're on a hunt to get everybody on camera as they finish. And Sophie is done as well. Yes, should we invite our first interview into the call?
Yeah, so the both Kristens and I'm not staying for an interview. Let's check where Victor. Victor, yes, if you are there, you can turn your camera on and join us.
Okay, I need a second because I didn't expect to be interviewed right now, so I have to set up the stand.
Okay, we'll give you a couple of minutes. Just let us know when you're done.
Sure.
Yes, so Victor is a very enthusiastic participant every time, and he's lucky enough to like always finish on the podium. So we have had the chance to interview him a couple of times already, but I guess he didn't expect to be on this quickly.
Yeah, so now we've got so many people coming in for the close. I mean, we're still, the next few people can still be in the top 20. But yeah, Olivia's just on the top edge. Astrid just, yeah, got the top edge and a few gaps to go. Mona, top and right-hand edge. Iris, just the middle pink toadstool. And Emma and Saskia also doing a great job, just a little bit further behind.
Yeah, Saskia is very close as well. Emilia is also doing great. Astrid is coming in very close.
And Olivia is done as well.
And Iris has only a couple of pieces left as well, Iris Bakker. Yes, amazing job, everyone.
Yeah, I mean, if we're about almost up to 20 at the 50-minute mark, by the time we get to an hour, we should have, yeah, maybe another 10 or 15. So it could be possibly
Oh, wow. Now we had a lot of finishers all at once. Olivia, Iris, Anna, R, and Astrid and Sharka. And Mona is done as well.
All right, my camera is on.
Hi, Victor.
Hello, Victor.
Hello.
Yeah, so tell us what you thought of the puzzle when you saw it today.
I was very scared of the puzzle because it's the same style as the previous one from Pieces and Peace with the lady on the towel.
Mm-hmm.
This is the exact same artist, and I remember this white flower so vividly. But when I started doing this, I started with the border, which wasn't that bad, but I think I spent too much time trying to do it. And when I started doing things, it was very fun actually, and I think this is a very good sign for me because I at the last Polish competition we had the pieces and piece again, and on that competition I had like 60% level of stress that I normally have, and this time I would say I have 20, and I was like, oh my god, I can use my brain because I'm not like
that helps a
so
lot during
stuck.
puzzling.
Yeah. So this was awesome. This is new to me to be able to like make conscious decisions during a competition. Because I'm always so stressed that it's not really working. And this time I could actually think and be like, okay, I want to take the white flowers. I want to do there are many mushrooms. The mushrooms on the left. I want to try to look for the orange, like, how do you call it in English? Like the bottom part of the shroom?
That's a very good
You mean
question.
like the stem? The long piece?
Yes. So, thank you. So the orange stem that was connected to those flowery mushrooms on the left. I don't think I would do it again, but it went fast, so it wasn't a bad decision. I really like doing the bottom section of the puzzle because when I realized that I can just take the darkest pieces I can see and just put them in, and it's like only 2 rows, it was really pleasing. And also the flowers, I was afraid that the pink flower would be very similar to the biggest mushroom in the middle. But it wasn't. When I just had like those 2 things left in the main pile, I was like, oh, I can see everything. That's great. And also, I think my fastest moment was actually at the very end, because I don't know. At the very beginning, I was still trying to decide what to do, but at the very end, even the background and like those blue things in the right corner, right top corner, they look tricky to like figure out what orientation they are. But for some reason, I could just like take one piece and place it exactly where it belonged, even if I didn't start it. And it was so fast. And then I did the beige stems and the greens and the reds and then the middle mushroom. This was so fun. I think this is my new favorite puzzle.
That's great to hear.
Yeah, tell us about stress, like, because I would not imagine that you, being one of the top puzzlers in the world, would be stressed going into an online competition that you've done like 20, 30 times before. How do you deal with that? Or what do you feel?
Yeah, so I have to say that it's not a stress that is coming from wanting to do very well. It's just a stress of the situation. It's really hard to explain. We were talking about it in the Polish interview that we did like 2 days ago, exactly about this, that it's like very strange feeling in your head. You get very hot and you kind of have this sense of like that you're not doing something that should be done, or that you could switch to something else, but you are not doing that. And like making decisions gets really, really hard. And sometimes even if the stress is very high for me, I kind of lose an ability to see the shapes of the pieces. It's so strange. I'm currently trying to learn how to get rid of that. I am doing speed runs with people on video calls to just race them to get used to the racing. Because when I'm doing puzzles at my apartment, and I am doing a speed run after all, But when I don't have this stress component, like I can get times in under 30 without really much of a problem, apparently. And when I am in competitions, I can feel that it's not the same. It's very, very different. And I don't think that it's, yeah, as I said, I don't think it's caused by the fact that I want to do well. I mean, I want to, but it's not the main factor. I'm just like obsessing about it, about like not even a well-defined thing. It's just the competition, the atmosphere and everything is just overwhelming.
Okay.
I think
but that's
Fuji is
interesting.
muted.
Oh, but that's interesting what you say about racing other people. So you basically have like a social chat with someone, but you're racing at the same time. Is that what you mean?
Yes, I tend to do that a lot with Becca Taylor. We did some Ravensburgers together, rare ones, not that rare ones, many different ones. And I actually did my first try with the new release Chameleon with Becca on a video call. And that was interesting because I could see, after having done each puzzle from the new release line, like alone, that doing the chameleon is different. It just feels different. It feels very, very like off-putting, and like I couldn't think so clearly. And I really like this experience because I can just like do it again and again and again. And at some point, maybe I'm hoping that the stress will go away. But I think that's what I said to myself is, if I consider the fact that my times get slower by approximately 5 minutes at competitions, I just need to be 5 minutes faster than anyone else not at competition. So this is my only solution right now. And I'm working on that.
Fruji, your microphone is off.
Sorry about that. Yes, it pretty much sounds like kind of like an exposure training of like just doing as much of it that it feels natural at one point.
Yeah, and I think that at this point, like Michelle said, I did so many of the EJJs, and I was at Worlds and in many different places, and it never went away, never.
Mhm.
So I think that maybe trying to concentrate on like what are exactly the emotions and the level of stress when you're not the competition, and then focus on it as well in the competition, you will be able to see and define what exactly is happening to you, and then you can try to work on that. Because if you just know that there is something going wrong, but you don't know what, it's really hard to overcome.
Mm-hmm. It feels a bit like mindfulness meditation. That's pretty much what they try to focus on with mindfulness. Yeah, to like focus on what is happening around you exactly. To like, yeah, a lot of it is like breathing exercises and like literally just trying to not think about anything, just about what is happening to you. So yeah, that might actually be something to think about. Sorry, in the meantime, I'm also trying to count like the finishers. We're over the first 40 finishers and we have just hit an hour. So we're doing pretty cool.
And we had 3 people finish in the Flex meeting. We had Franziska Treba, and then Maya JT from Slovenia, and Madara from Latvia. So yes, so many fast times. I really hope everybody finishes this puzzle. That would be amazing.
There is a high chance for it, because from how I'm looking around at like the puzzlers who are still puzzling, everyone is doing amazing. Yes, and getting back to like our topic for today, what are your favorite brands for speed puzzling and for non-speed puzzling as well?
I think I was writing the answer to the question in the form like 2 times, because in the first time I write down a bunch of brands, like dividing them into just casual, just speed, and speed and casual, and then it got deleted. And I was like, I don't remember like half of them. So right now, when you're asking me, I remember like 2.
That's perfect. That's already a conversation starter. What are the 2?
Yeah, so for speed and for fun, I would go for Ravensburger. But I wouldn't do the 500 pieces for fun. I just cannot. It's always an opportunity to learn something, right? So I really like the quality. So if I want to do Ravensburger for fun, I just go for 1000 and more. I mean, I think I have only 2 puzzles that are more than 1000.
Okay.
Because
So
they
you
don't fit
don't
in here.
really do like big piece counts at all.
I was doing them in the past, but I don't have enough space in my apartment for them. So those that are big, they are at my parents' house.
Mhm.
And I have started the 13,200 pieces Clementoni Disney Orchestra. And I think I'm like only 1 bag left. Because I'm doing it bags. I don't have enough strength in me to mix the bags for this puzzle. Yeah, I know that many people would disagree with me, mainly my partner, because she is always like, "Oh, if you are doing the big piece count and you're not mixing the bags, you're not doing a big puzzle." And I'm like, "Go away."
I have also heard that being said recently. Like at the Hungarian competition, there was a raffle where people could win. There was I think 3 9,000 piece puzzles, and then one which was 23,000. Is that or 21? One of the 2. But pretty much what they were saying there as well is that the first thing you have to do is to mix the bags, so that it's actually a big piece count, because otherwise it doesn't count. And I'm like, why doesn't it count? It's still a big puzzle.
Yeah. So my mindset is quite different, because I'm not all about trying to solve as big of a puzzle as I can and to like prove something to myself. My motivation is that I want to have a big puzzle finished, not to do it, but to have it done, and to be able to like look at it and be like, nice.
Yes.
And that's enough.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's why I would love an event where, like, you know, people get together and then actually complete a huge puzzle, like what I have seen at the US Nationals last year, that they completed. I think it was a 21,000. It was a huge one, and people were like rolling around on it and walking on it and all that. And like I really want to like complete a puzzle like that once.
Oh, I think it was more than 21,000. It was the Kodak one. I think it was more like 40 or 50,000. It was like I think each picture was like 4,000, and then it may have been like 10, possibly 10 images. And
it was a gigantic.
It was gigantic. Sure. It was you took up half the room.
Yeah, but the year before they had 18,000. The like 4 seasons from Ravensburger, and they didn't finish that one, and I wouldn't either.
Well, it depends on like how much you want to keep puzzling, because it might be that you just jump in for like whichever round you are puzzling, and then at any other time you just sit with the huge puzzle.
True, but there was a lot of white and green.
Oh yes. No, it was definitely impressive. Whoever was there, if anyone is watching on YouTube, just tell us what puzzle it was, because like none of us can really remember.
Oh, and I think in Finland we are going to have a big puzzle assembly.
Oh, really?
I might have. Yeah, I think we are, but I'm not 100% sure.
That is pretty cool. But we're going to find out, and most probably, like, we can then camp out there.
Yes. Yeah, I also have a plan to do many speedruns during the competition with puzzles that Rina from Finland is going to bring me.
Ooh,
And
yes.
it's going to be very logistically difficult.
Yes, definitely. And in the meantime, Shannon, thank you very much in the YouTube comments. It was 51,300 pieces.
Nice.
Incredible. Yes. Yeah, because we're going to see each other with Victor in Finland. Both of us are going to be there. And yeah, that sounds great to have just random speed runs. I might just like jump there and hope for a puzzle to just like be there on the side that I can also do. Kodak Wonder
There'll be a lot.
the World. That was the puzzle.
Hmm. Yeah, there were like 3 rows and like 10 columns of pictures, I think, in the end. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot.
And then yes, the Hannah says that they're in the competition information that we're going to have an 18,000 piece puzzle in the Finnish Nationals. Can't wait to do it.
Yes.
That's also going to be a good adventure.
I wonder which one it will be. I know one of the Ravensburgers that is 18,000 and it looks doable. And I
Mhm.
hope it's this one.
Well, let's hope. Even if it's not, it's like the 18,000 pieces really more about getting people to just sit down and puzzle, to just keep puzzling during the event. So yeah, that's definitely going to be an exciting opportunity to do.
Okay, Yuka just wrote something in our chat. Sorry to spoil the party, but the Finnish one is same as in Sweden. 500 bags. 500 bags of what?
So yeah, I think it's like a bag of 500 pieces each.
Oh, it's already split into so everybody gets 500 pieces to do. Oh wow.
I mean, it sounds like this.
In a way, that sounds like a pretty cool idea, and then it's not really an 18,000 piece thing then.
I saw something really cool in Germany, a museum or some big old building. They had a puzzle made by Ravensburger specifically of this building, and they had a public event. Everybody came and they got like 30 pieces or so of a section, and then they went and placed that section on a board with a number. And that way many people could participate, and in the end they had like I don't know, a 10,000 piece puzzle of this building. So that was also a fun way. Oh, so here, that sounds similar. So Jenny says it's going to be 500 bags, and each bag has 36 pieces.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that also sounds like a pretty cool idea.
So that's maybe something that Ravensburger is doing with puzzles for a specific like public events, that everybody gets like a doable amount, even for like the kids and the newbies.
Yeah, then really everyone gets to like chip in to the puzzle.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
by the way, we're having loads of finishes at the moment, and I'm struggling to get them all on screen. So yeah, we've had about we're only at 1 hour and 10 minutes. Like we've already had 60 people finish if I count both meetings. So everyone is doing fantastic.
Yeah. I'm just counting in my head like 36 times 500. But it's 18,000, right?
Yes, I think so. I'm going to believe that it's that much. Yes, and Daria has finished. So congratulations. He had a very enthusiastic fan in the chat.
Yeah, Daria always has a lot of support in the chat.
Amazing.
Yeah, Daria's in Denmark, so going to have a go of exciting weekend ahead.
Madara is also saying that this was a really fun puzzle and she really enjoyed puzzling it. It's so nice to hear that people had a good time with it.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of the second semi-final at Worlds also.
Oh yeah, the one with the flowers, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, it
And
is
this was
pretty similar.
my first spot.
Yeah, it's pretty similar, just with mushrooms.
Victor,
Yeah,
had
but you
a,
also have the leaves and everything, right?
Victor, I had a question. So what is it like for you? Competing against the other Polish people in the Polish competition, and hearing a Polish live stream, and competing against a lot of people who you already actually know in person. You've met them. Tell us about that.
But you're asking about the online competition
The
or
online
the
competition, yeah.
online? It was interesting the first time. I mean, it's always interesting, but the first time was very weird because I was like, I'm not used to talking to people about puzzles in my own language. And it was very weird to do the full interview, which was actually very long. The first one, it was the Gibson's puzzle. And at that time, the interview was very, very long. So I had an opportunity to like say basically everything that I ever told in EJJ interviews in that one interview. And also, with Polish, I can talk faster, so it's easier. But I had some moments that I was like, I don't remember the word for this. Please help me. But it's also my fault because I should read more. I know that, and to like be able to talk in both languages at the same level. I mean, the Polish one is higher, but you know what I mean. And about like trying to speed against the people that you know. I don't really know that many people in Poland. I got to know them by the online competitions because I never knew most of them. I knew, of course, Christian, but from all the people that are there, I think only one person was also someone that I knew. It was Olivia that was participating today. And that's it. So when I got to know some of the people that are quite fast or are not that fast, I could like see the pace or the hands with a puzzle and like associate the puzzle time, puzzle speed running style and everything. It was very interesting, and I got to learn many new people, and it was awesome. I wrote to them on Instagram, and they wrote to me. I think one of the people that I got to know the best was actually Daria. Daria was in the solo 1000 pieces in EJJ recently.
Mm-hmm.
She came in 10th, I think. So we are talking a lot, and she is going to be in a team for European Championships in my former team instead of me. So the looking for the One Piece is changing its name and its squad, and it will be quite new and interesting to see. And she has a very similar style of puzzling to me as well, which is just pick and place. This is the best thing that we do. So I'm happy that the team got a person that is, again, complementary to what skills are needed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is actually a pretty interesting topic of how you put together a team, of like how you get people together who can work well, because there are like, yeah, pretty much like puzzling techniques that not cancel each other out, but they don't work as well together as with when you select people who have the exact opposite skills, for example.
Yeah. But it is always a gamble, right? If you have a pair or a very diverse team in terms of different skills that you have. If you get a puzzle that is full of everything, you'll be the fastest. But if you get a puzzle that is just something, one of the skills, then not necessarily, right?
Yes, exactly. It is a pretty interesting topic, especially like over the weekend at the Hungarian competition. Like I was puzzling in a team where we didn't know each other at all. We just like got like teamed together because like the organizers were thinking that we would be pretty similar, and it worked out pretty well. That we really had like complementary skills, and that's what we were saying to each other at some point as well, that like mostly you just have to have like a very similar temperament as well as people,
Yeah.
so that you can work together well as a team.
True, definitely true. Because some people are very intense while in competitions, while someone isn't. I think I'm in the middle. You will have to ask my team. I think mainly in the competitions I am depressed.
Depressed.
If I am in a team, I don't know how it works, but if I am in a team or in a pair, I am instantly like, it's not going great.
Oh no.
But I'm trying to change that. We are working on that with Natalia last weekend, to try to get my spirits high. And also that's what we figure out in the 24-hour marathon in France. That basically what we actually, the only thing that we need in the team is someone to keep reminding me that it is okay. because my mental is just like
You need someone very optimistic next to you.
yes, and Chiara is the best for that.
Oh, amazing.
She's just talking to me like, it's okay, because I have this problem in a team that like my solo puzzling style is very I wouldn't say it's chaotic, but it's like I do many things at once.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like I mean, sometimes I am, but it's not like I'm switching many times. It's just like I take 2 hands of pieces and I just put them in like 4 different sections in the same time. And it's like, this is the way my brain is working the best. And when you are in a pair or in a team, you kind of have to stick to something and to complete it and to like go and do something else, or to switch, but then you have to do something that is in front of you, and it's very exhausting for me.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that is like it is a problem. I'm not able to push myself to be optimistic when I cannot just abandon something.
Oh yeah.
Because
Well,
I'm very good at abandoning.
At least we know that there's something that even the top puzzlers have to struggle with and work on. It gives a little bit of a motivation boost for us ordinary people. And yes, in the meantime, I can see that there's so many people finishing. We barely have any competitors left.
And it's still over.
We're at 1 hour and 20 minutes.
We're in 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah,
So
we
this
still have
is
40 minutes
definitely
to
a
go.
speedy puzzle. Yes, Victor, thank you very much. We're going to let you go, probably to do another puzzle. And yes, we'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you. See you.
Yeah, bye. Bye, Victor.
Bye.
Yeah, everyone is doing amazing. I mean, we have so many people close to finishing, and everyone is busy assembling and doing well. So if you're a bit further behind, don't worry, you still have 40 minutes. Like there's a lot can happen in 40 minutes. So we've got about 80 finishes in the about 76 finishes in the live meeting, and then about 10 in the flex meeting. But that's doing great. So, Madara also wrote a comment. Such a nice puzzle. Really liked it. Oh, great.
Thank you very much.
And Hannah says she feels ready for nationals now. All right, go Hannah.
Very
Yeah.
good. Go, Hannah.
Yeah, unfortunately, Hannah missed the nationals last year because Hannah is also very involved with her daughter's dancing, and they are also champions. So she is often traveling with them and doing dance mum duties, and she had already planned that when they announced the dates for the Finnish nationals. So really happy for her that she gets to compete in her country. And yeah, go for gold, Hannah. All
That
right.
is going to be a tight competition at the Finnish
Oh,
nationals.
there are so many good Finnish puzzlers. Yeah, we also have the Amelias and Rina and Aneta. Rosa, yeah. So it's going to be tight there at the top.
It's going to be pretty exciting.
Yes.
And for our next interviewee, who is waiting in line, he has been to the Swedish nationals, I think which was 2 weeks ago. So I would say that we invite Robert in.
Yeah. Hi, Robert.
Hi there, good to speak to you.
Hello.
Hi.
Your name doesn't sound very Swedish, and neither does your accent.
It's not, no. So I'm originally from the UK, but I've been in Sweden about 14 years now. So yeah, adopted Swede, I think now by this point. So yeah, qualify for the Swedish championships.
Yeah. Do you speak Swedish?
I do, yeah, or fairly well.
Mm.
Fairly well.
Fairly well.
Yeah, well, after 14 years, like one would assume that you start speaking the language at one point.
Yeah, Sweden's funny. I mean, when everyone speaks such brilliant English, that until you get to a certain point, I tried to speak Swedish when I first moved here. I'd be trying to speak Swedish to practice, and everyone would just answer in English. So fortunately now it's at the point where, yeah, most of the time I'm speaking Swedish, and people don't feel the need to speak English back. So yeah, get a lot more practice these days.
Oh yes. And how did you end up in Sweden then?
I had married a kind of Swede who I met in the UK, and then yeah, we decided to move over here to when my daughter was due to start school.
Oh, very nice. Yes. So what did you think about the puzzle? How was it for you?
It was good, yeah. I think if my timer is right, it was just under an hour, which would be my first kind of competition puzzle under an hour, which was yeah, very happy with. I think Victor, it reminded me of the one Victor mentioned from the Worlds last year, the Flower Jungle Ravensburger one. I think that's probably my second fastest time ever on a kind of first try was that one. So when I saw this one, it certainly looked similar. So it's a kind of it's the kind of puzzle I like to do for speed puzzling. I think my style, Victor stopped short of saying he was chaotic. I think my style is definitely chaotic. I tend to jump around a lot. So yeah, it tends to be, today it was lots of mushrooms completed, and then trying to join them all up at the end. With the yeah, that's what I need to kind of work on, that more focus and staying focused on one area and not getting distracted when I see a kind of a couple of pieces that belong somewhere else.
Oh yeah. Yes. So then, congratulations on the great time. It is a big achievement to like get under an hour. That's I think one of the big milestones as someone gets into speed puzzling at one point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And how long have you been in speed puzzling?
I was thinking about that earlier. I think it's probably about this time last year that I became aware of it. So I enjoyed puzzling when I was small, and then really didn't do anything until a couple of years ago, and happened to be in my local library and saw they had puzzles. Said, oh, take one home, and then within I think a month I'd done all of the ones they had. So then yeah, just the bug caught me, and yeah, it was just non-stop puzzling from that point on. And then yeah, I think probably this time last year, I think it was there was a lot of people probably carrying puzzles. I kind of stumbled across on YouTube and realized that speed puzzling was a thing. And yeah, since then I've been just trying to get a bit faster, trying to get some tips from obviously it's a bit dangerous. There's so many different tips and so many ways of thinking about it, but yeah, I think I'm generally finding something that finding a way that works for me to get the time down to something that feels respectable.
Mm-hmm. And then what was the best tip that you have got so far that you think helped you the most?
I think it was an Amelia. I watched a video with Amelia when she was talking about doing smaller puzzles to get that feeling for speed and for completing something quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I think that really helped. So having a 200, 300 piece puzzle where you're finding pieces and just generally moving quicker kind of gets you into that kind of faster rhythm. So I think that was a really useful tip. So I tend to do get out a 200 or 300 puzzle every now and then, and you can get it done in kind of 15-20 minutes and feel that rhythm, and then try and apply that to the 500 piece puzzles.
Yes, exactly. That is a very good tip. There was that video that she specifically made about how to make how to get faster, and I think that's where that was. I vaguely remember that video as well.
Yeah. No, very, very good tip that was. And then I think also at the beginning I was always concentrating on the frame first, and then now I very rarely very rarely start with the frame or even separate the frame at the moment anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So today the frame was one of the last ones in the Swedish final. I think I didn't lay a single piece of the frame until the entire center, because the frame was effectively just a blue rectangle. And so I'd done the entire center and then just went round the edge afterwards. And it was but the Swedish national, I mean, it's a fantastic event, so well organized, and such a great event, and lovely to meet a lot of new people, and kind of had a team with just kind of random people I'd met online, and really good fun.
Was it your first competition?
It was, yeah. So I'd done one EJJ before the Swedish nationals.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first in-person one, and probably only my second competition. So I was very, very happy with the goal was to get to the final, so I managed that, and very happy with that.
Is great.
Yeah,
on a first competition especially.
Yeah, so no, really happy. No, say the finals puzzle was not entirely to my taste, but it was a exciting one.
It was a very busy puzzle, right?
Yeah, so it's the kind of shelves with lots of books and lots of little kind of porcelain dogs.
Oh yes.
So again, I had 20 different sections that all came together at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like it kind of feels like I haven't done anything for a long time, and then suddenly things will start kind of coming together, and I think I was surprised just by how intense it is. I think in the semi-final, I think it had just an hour and 5 minutes maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I think I looked up once in that time, and then looking up at the end, it just head's just absolutely spinning.
Oh yeah.
And then we had the individuals was I think 12 o'clock, and then the teams that did at 4. And after that, I mean, I couldn't believe how tired I was. Had a kind of 20 minute walk back to where we were staying, and just was completely wiped out.
This actually ties in a little bit with what I was about to ask you of since this was your first live event and it wasn't very long ago, what was the most surprising or highlight for you as experiencing a live event to move from puzzling at home to puzzling especially in the environment that they had at the Swedish Nationals, which looked like a sports hall or a stadium?
Yeah, it's a really big sports hall, and then before it started, the lights were all dimmed, and they had disco kind of lights and loud music. So real atmosphere, which kind of it's brilliant, but it builds those nerves up.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly just into it. So I think that intensity, and suddenly going from being comfortable at home with just me to a room of 150 people all doing it, and trying to keep that focus and concentrate on what I'm doing and not get distracted was yeah, it was a big shock to the system. But
Oh,
I mean, fantastic. I mean, say so well organized, and yeah, I think you find everywhere lovely people, and lots of other stuff going on around the place. We did the I think someone mentioned in the chat the big 18,000 piece puzzle that was split into little bags, so you could just take a bag and work together with a few people, and then they'd lay them all out into the large puzzle. So yeah, it was a great experience, and can't wait for the next one.
Yes, exactly. And then what do you have planned for next?
So I think, yeah, in the question about favorite brands. So I've got a big stack of. I've really got into the Enjoy puzzles. I love those.
That is actually one of the brands that not that many people mentioned.
Yeah, I think the cut and the feel, they're very matte. They're quite thick. They fit beautifully. And I quite like that. There's lots of kind of abstract, kind of gradient based ones, and some kind of abstract art ones. So yeah, really fun to do. So I've got quite a backlog of those to get through. And also, because I'm quite new to it, I'm constantly doing brands that I've never tried before.
Mm-hmm.
I think today I've found a couple that I'm desperate to try. There's one I found today called Unified Pieces, an American brand, and they just look beautiful. Everything, the puzzles, but the packaging and everything about. So I don't think I messaged them today to see if they were available in Sweden, but they said no, Finland at the moment. But although I did notice that Sunshine Puzzles, I think you've used a couple of times before, that they've got a few on their website, so they've obviously managed to get hold of a few.
Okay.
So I might try getting some from there. I think I've got my first Magnolia one on the shelf, which I hear a lot of people talking about.
Sorry, I mean that the Sunshine Puzzles website has them in their online shop. Unified Pieces. Oh, okay, interesting. Because they look really cool. I've seen them on Instagram. There's all very vibrant images, and people seem to love them. Those who have them, but they're not so well known over here in Europe.
No,
not readily available.
I think they're quite new and quite But cool. So, but as I say, I mean, I've got so many different brands still to try that.
I have actually encountered Magnolia for the very first time last weekend, because one of the team puzzles that we had to complete was a Magnolia puzzle, and I can mostly compare it to Enjoy from the feel of it, because it was also pretty matte, and it's an amazing fit as well.
Yeah.
So it was really nice. I enjoyed it very much. I haven't really seen it around in Germany that much, Magnolia. I think it's a Turkish brand, but I don't want to say anything silly.
I tend these days. I do a lot of buying and selling on the Vinted platform, which is great. I mean, it's
yes.
I tend not to keep. I've got certain kind of collections that I keep, but a lot of things I'll do once and and kind of recycle that way. So yeah, I've got my shelf of Enjoy puzzles and a few different collections that I keep. But other than that, I'll do them once and then pass them on.
Yes.
That's a great place to do all that.
The Vinted bug is very much around. It's a super useful platform as well. I use it a lot too. There's also some really special stuff that you can find, otherwise you wouldn't find it in a shop. Right.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm quite tempted to try. I've seen quite a few videos of the wooden ones, the wooden puzzles with the interesting shapes, which I haven't tried yet. So I've found a couple of those on Vinted that should be with me soon. So yeah,
nice.
Looking forward to trying those. Something a bit different.
Yes, the wooden puzzles are pretty exciting to try every time. It's like a completely different experience because of the texture as well, and also because they have these whimsies in them as well most of the time. So it's a nice thing to try out. I'm not that big of a fan, actually. I have done a couple of them, but I still rather go for the regular puzzle.
Yeah.
But it's still a good thing to try out.
No, definitely. And then I really like Schmidt as well. You were talking quite a bit about Schmidt earlier. I really enjoy that. I haven't tried those for speed puzzling actually. I've done a fair few 1,000-piece puzzles, but haven't tried haven't tried those for speed puzzling yet. So yeah, waiting for one of those to crop up on one of these EJJs.
There have been a couple of them in the past.
Yes.
Maybe
Yeah.
3 or 4 different ones. I'm not sure anymore. But I also think that they don't have that huge a catalog of 500-piece puzzles.
No, so I wrote to them, and I also went to them at the big trade fair, and I told them about, hey, you got really great quality, and it would be really great to see more images in the 500-piece range. And then they showed their new releases. They had 4 new 500-piece puzzles. And I was like, are you going to have more? And they're like, no, we sell mostly 1,000-piece puzzles. We're not looking to increase our 500-piece. And I'm just like,
That's such a shame.
like speed puzzles want 4 500-piece puzzles, and you got really great quality, but they didn't really seem to understand that market. Yeah, which is a shame, because like you can see the companies that have really caught on to it, like Bluebird, Pieces and Piece, and Cherry Pazzi, like they have quite a big catalog of 500-piece puzzles, and they get it. Like they are catering for this market.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really looking forward to trying some more Cherry Patsy ones actually, 'cause I've done the two EJJ ones, but yeah, I'm looking forward to trying some of their kind of bigger ones for more, for casual puzzling. But yeah, they're really good fun, and yeah, interesting with the single shape as well.
Yes, the piece cut is really interesting because they only have the 2-prong shape, but they are so very distinct.
Yes.
In the meantime.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and hopefully this is the lionfish and the octopus were both challenging, but again really good because my usual speed puzzling strategy, because I'm normally so chaotic, just didn't work for, particularly with the lionfish. And I'm kind of, you have to concentrate on one area at a time, the body, and one set of fins, and then another set of the fins. So I just couldn't do what I needed to do.
Yes, exactly.
So I'm kind of glad I did, the lionfish, but it was nice to do that after the octopus, when I had a kind of sense of that, because I knew, okay, with this one, I'm just going to have to calm down and take it easy, slow and steady, and it should be okay.
Yeah, no, you can you've got that one under your belt now, so
Yes,
the other Cherry Pazzis will feel much more calm and enjoyable in comparison. Yeah,
There are still some pretty challenging ones in the Cherry Patsy collection. Like there's that iguana, I think, which also looks like a nightmare, and the leopard. Like because the Hungarian competition was using Cherry Patzies, I have had an experience with a lot from the catalog. So like, I have tried a couple of them.
Yeah, I bought the hedgehog one when I bought my first set of EJJ ones. I ordered the hedgehog one as well, because I thought, well, I've never tried one of those, so I'll get that to have a feel for that. I've done a couple more. The leopard ones are, yeah, not as hard as the lionfish and the sea ones, but quite challenging. It's just got lots of fur and lots of black spots, but yeah, really beautiful pictures.
I have a question that's not puzzle related.
Okay.
As a UK expat living in Sweden, what was the what are the best advantages that you noticed? Like, whoa, what things does Sweden do really well?
I think obviously organisation, things like public transport is great. So I live quite away. I'm kind of a couple of hours north of Stockholm, but it's so easy to get in, and everything's on time, and perfectly clean, and it's very good. Where I live, it's quite out in the sticks, so lots of space. Just 5-minute walk down to the lake and 5-minute walk out to the forest. So lots of nature and space and those kind of things, which I appreciate. So yeah, other than puzzling, walking in the woods and things is how I kind of relieve the stress, and you get that kind of calmness. So it's wonderful for things like that.
Is the work culture very different?
The what? Sorry.
The work culture.
They tend to be a lot, very very open to flexible working. The culture very much is to start earlier and finish earlier, so it's not unusual to kind of start work at 7:30, for example, and finish like 4ish. It's obviously quite different from the UK, although I actually work for a British company from here. So I'm they all think I'm a bit odd that I don't get into work till 9 o'clock. But as I say, it's kind of, I think that a bigger kind of respect for work-life balance and kind of family life than maybe you get in the UK. We work with a lot of the people we work with in the US as well. So it can be very hard for them to get the holidays and things that whereas Sweden is very kind of very very generous in that respect.
Yeah, that is one thing that I hear about Sweden every time, that like basically to have a family there is just made easy for you in a sense. Like like life revolves a bit more about like having a family than like even in like Eastern and Western Europe. So like in like mainland Europe, I would say.
I mean, my daughter's old now, but I mean, when we moved here and she was 4 when we moved here, and kind of childcare and everything costs basically nothing. Whereas in the kind of UK, it's a lot of the time it's there's a decision being made as to whether it's actually worth going back to work and ending up paying most of your salary on childcare. Whereas here, it costs virtually nothing. So it's there's a lot more emphasis placed on making sure that's available and making sure it's available to everyone.
So you felt the transition quite easy going from the UK to Sweden?
Yeah, I did. I think it helped that I was, I carried on working for the same people, so I had that kind of constant contact with the UK, and didn't have to jump straight into working in, having to speak Swedish to a working level. And I did actually work for a Swedish company for a while, and just it gave me a massive new respect for the people I work with who don't have English as a foreign language, because that difference between speaking socially and getting by in a language and actually working in a language is it's a whole other level. And that really kind of brought it home to me. So
we're both expats working in Germany.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. That's exactly what I was thinking about as well, that all three of us are actually expats.
Oh, where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Hungary, and now I live in Germany.
Okay. Oh, right.
Yeah, and I'm from New Zealand, so I had to learn German when I arrived. Have you? Sorry, go ahead.
Do you both speak German? Fluent German now, or?
Yes, I'm well, not lucky enough, because I did work for a German company for a while, so I did work in German for a while, but now I am working in English mostly. Okay. So I do work with languages, so I can mix pretty much everything. But the language that we use with my colleagues is English. And I actually have one person from Sweden on our team, because we are a super international team. Like, one is in Italy, one is me in Germany, another one in Sweden. So yes, we're all over the place.
Very nice. Yeah, I did learn German at school, but I think most of that's probably gone now.
Yeah, the fun thing is that from time to time, because I work for a media company, and so we work with like TV programs and streaming. And we do have Swedish clients as well. So from time to time, I do have to work with like Swedish descriptions and stuff like that. And like the interesting thing is that because I speak German, I can kind of read Swedish if I really put an effort into it. Like not read as in understand it, as in I understand it entirely, but like I can recognize words. I can kind of recognize where the sentence is going. So like just to have like a general idea of what is going on, which is pretty cool.
No, it's nice that it does, because I've learned Swedish, but I've now found that I can similarly understand Norwegian to a fair degree. You know, they're very similar, especially kind of written Norwegian. There's enough similarity there that I can pretty much get by. Danish, not so much, but and Finnish, not at all. But
yeah, well, Finnish is a special one.
Yes, yeah.
Michelle, you're muted. Either muted or your camera's off, or your microphone is off.
Yeah, I if I have to do lots of typing to answer people's questions in the chat, I sometimes just turn it off because I feel like it's annoying. Yeah, do you have much contact with the Swedish puzzlers? Have you met any, or was that your first experience to meet them at the championship?
First experience was really at the championship. So obviously, you know, I'm aware of some of them. I see their kind of names and things, but in terms of meeting them and having contact, that was really the first, my first experience.
And what do you think of the community aspect? Do you think you're going to go to some more events? Or did you hear of some get-togethers that you might join up with? Or
there are, unfortunately, they tend to be, because I'm quite far north. They tend to be around Gothenburg's the kind of the main area. So they have quite common, they quite regular meetups in Gothenburg. That's a kind of 5-hour trip for me,
because Sweden is quite long. And
yeah, it's very long.
So you're more up the north, and more of happenings down in the south.
Yeah, so and even Stockholm, there are a few things. So I've been to a couple of kind of puzzle swaps and these kind of things. But in terms of actual meetups, the Gothenburg seems to be the center point for that, or certainly at the moment.
So which place are you in again?
So I'm in a little town called Säter. So it's just a small town up in a region called Dalarna, which is it's quite, Falun is the kind of biggest, the nearest kind of larger town. But yeah, a couple of hours north of Stockholm.
But you said that you have there's like a puzzle, or at least you can borrow puzzles from your library. Maybe you could organize something at your local library.
Absolutely, yeah. And I know of actually there were maybe five other people from my town who were, even from this little town, who were at the Swedish championships.
Oh, amazing!
Yeah, so a couple who I've kind of who I know from buying and selling things, and so maybe there's enough of us to get something going here.
Yeah, that could definitely work.
Yes, yeah.
So I just want to say we have just over 10 minutes left. So we're rooting for you, Christina. We can see you've only got 20 pieces left, or even less possibly. So looking forward to seeing you finish. And Belu, keep on going strong. Got some really nice sections there done. Just get in as many pieces as you can. We also have Loretta and Claudia, who are still puzzling in the flex competition. So possibly Claudia could also finish in the next 10 minutes. But yeah,
it's great to see so many people finishing today. Fantastic.
Yeah, it is so fantastic to see that the majority of people were done in time.
Yeah,
I think I'm still new enough to be utterly amazed by the speed at which people like Christian and Kristen and Victor complete these things. It's just it's blows my mind how fast. I think it was his first. He said it was his first attempt with this, and he got under 30 minutes. It's
pretty unbelievable. Still,
it is.
So were you listening to the live stream? Did you catch that when he finished?
Yeah. So I was listening to the. I normally have the music on, but I thought it's the first time I've been on one of the live ones. So I thought, no, I have to have to have it on today and keep track of what's going on, see how I'm doing. Yeah, so it's a.
Well, when I did the Polish competition 2 nights ago, so I had my laptop on the bread box, kind of angled down at my at my puzzling space, and then I just see all the squares of the different people. So what I decided to do is I pinned Christian, so I had him on the big screen, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep pace with Christian. And then so I did my flip, and then at 4 minutes, then I looked up and he already had the top border. He was doing the sky. Okay. And then I was so focused on doing the puzzle. And then I looked up at 27 minutes and he only had I don't know, a small pile of pieces like this. And I was like, oh, darn. But yeah, so I can't keep pace with Christian, but I'm still gonna try. Oh yeah, well done, Christina. Congratulations.
Well done.
How did it go then in the Polish one?
Oh, it was really fun. So so Christian came first and Victor came second. They had times of 33 minutes and maybe 35. So it was a pieces and piece puzzle called 9 Streets Amsterdam. So it's 3 buildings in a row, a little bit of sky at the top, and then some flower sellers and clothes shops at the bottom with some people riding their bicycles. So a very nice Amsterdam scene. And I was really pleased with my time. I got under an hour. So that was fun. Yeah.
Excellent. And I like the pieces and piece one. Again, I ordered one from you when I bought the EJJ ones because I saw they cropped up a couple of times and I thought, oh yeah, I'll get one. So that was the bearded musician one. So I did that as a bit of a practice for today because the box sizes looked pretty similar. So I thought that'd be a good one to practice with for today. I think that's kind of the other thing I took away from the Swedish Championships is that skill of trying to predict what kind of puzzles might come up. Especially because it's not like I think you were talking about the US where they're going to have basically unreleased puzzles all the way through, whereas they don't for Sweden. And so the advantage of having done a puzzle before is it's a massive advantage. So I think I'd seen a couple of puzzles that lots of people were recording times for in the weeks before the Swedish Nationals, which I was hoping might come up. But the one that came up, I don't think I'd ever. It's the kind of puzzle that if I saw it in a list, I'd probably kind of scroll past it. So I hadn't done it before. But I think that's something kind of maybe next year I'll think a bit more about and see and look at the new releases and get a feel for the kind of things that might come up.
It is a long ongoing debate of whether it is good or bad to have already released puzzles, because at one point at this rate it's going to turn into a competition of who has done the puzzle the most or who has more access to a big number of puzzles from the catalog, which is not exactly about entirely the skill.
No.
But
it's tricky.
Also, it's getting more and more challenging, I think, for organizers to pick puzzles, because especially with Ravensburger, because it's very hard to find one that people haven't done multiple times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
absolutely.
I think it's okay to have a puzzle that's in the current selection if you have it split between a qualifying round and then a final, because I think where did they do that? In Norway they had a puzzle that and also in Germany, puzzles in the first round that maybe several people, a good majority of the people would have at least seen but would have also done, so it was quite fair. And then when you had the finals, they were new to Germany puzzles. But I think if you only do one qualifying round, or if you have one round and that's the final, and it turns out to be a puzzle that has been on the market for 2 years, and a certain amount of people have done it like 2 or 3 times, and maybe you haven't done it, then it does have could leave a bit of a sour feeling. But I mean, I think Ravensburger is at least trying. I see this year the puzzle choices are better than the year before. At least there is a bit more variety, and they're using ones from different catalogs. So in Norwegian, they also had they had a unreleased puzzle for the individual final and for the team's final.
So the lighthouse, was it a lighthouse or
It was a lighthouse, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I find that good as well with like competitions where, something like nationals to have like a qualifying round with an already published puzzle. But then with the worlds, for example, I already would say that there it's better to have like completely unpublished everywhere.
Mhm.
Especially because with some of the semifinals, like you could very much see which puzzles have been done by many people and which were the ones that are not as popular.
Yeah.
So it immediately makes like a big difference. And if someone is unlucky enough to be in a round where they haven't done the puzzle yet, but everyone else have done it 5 or 6 times,
Mhm.
then they're very much at a disadvantage at that point.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know, Reno. I guess it's it's a tricky one in terms of they obviously want to, they can't be releasing new puzzles all the time for all of the various as it grows, all of the various national competitions. It's a tricky one.
It is. It's definitely a tricky one because there's not that much of a market, even though I do think that the market is going to grow for it because the sport itself is growing.
Oh yeah, massively. Mm.
Yeah, but the Hungarian Championship, that used different brands. That used Cherry Pazzi and then like 4 different ones for the teams puzzle.
Yes. So with the Hungarian market, it's slightly different because there's no puzzle manufacturer in the country. So there's no factory and there's no Hungary-based company that is doing puzzles. So pretty much you only have distributors, and then they are more reluctant to just give you puzzles.
Right.
In that sense. So you can't really get one brand which is going to sponsor you for an entire competition and give you hundreds of puzzles because they also don't have it in stock. So pretty much like there was Cherry Pazzi for the individuals. There was a beginner and an advanced category. Those were both Cherry Pazzi 500. And then for pairs, it was a trefoil, 1,000 pieces. And there actually you also picked from 2 and you only had to do 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then for teams, it was 1 Ravensburger, 1 Magnolia, 1 Ibu, and I will not remember the 4th one.
Sorry, I just have to interrupt for one moment. I'm just going to give the 1 minute announcement. So you have 1 minute left. 1 minute to finish. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to have to look it up because I can't remember the 4th one. We definitely didn't do it because it was too difficult.
I think Ibu was actually the other one I noted on my I do love those. They're great fun to do, I think.
Oh yes, the 4th one was also Cherry Pazzi, and those were all of 1,000-piece ones. And the Cherry Pazzi 1,000-piece one was pretty much the same as the octopus, but a whale. And the funny thing about that puzzle is that no team chose it. So literally no one picked it, which says a lot about what experiences
10,
people had with the octopus.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Well done, everybody. All right.
Well done.
Well done. So you can count your leftover pieces and then write that in the chat, and we'll use those for the rankings.
How many people do we still have in the flex meeting?
Just 2. But yeah, Claudia is really close. She has just a few patches left, maybe like 30 pieces.
Almost.
Yeah.
So close.
Have you ever had to count pieces in a competition, Robert?
No, not yet. So fingers crossed. I think I was the octopus. I was thinking, I'm not quite sure I'm going to make this, but yeah, I think maybe 148. So had kind of 10 minutes left at the end. But yeah, I wasn't quite sure for a while. So yeah, fingers crossed. There's not going to be anything harder than those now to trip me up.
Do you plan to go to like the Europeans or the Worlds or the Nordic champs?
So I was thinking about the Nordic one, but there were very few places available for that. For the Open, because you've got the Nordic one, which is the kind of the selected teams, which are not quite at that level yet. But then for the Nordic Open, there were very few places, and I wasn't quick enough for that. Worlds, I think this year might be a bit of a stretch. I think I'd like to kind of get a bit quicker before I go for that. The European one, I haven't seen it. I came across it purely by accident recently. I had no idea. I hadn't seen any. I'd seen very little kind of chatter about it.
Yeah, they're trying to push it in like multiple channels, but it still hasn't reached everyone. But there is going to be a European Championship in Hungary.
Yeah, I mean that's quite tempting, because I looked at the list and there's like no one from Sweden on there at all at the moment. So I wonder if it just hasn't kind of for some reason it hasn't cropped up on Swedish kind of sites and things.
Do you have a Swedish passport, or would you represent the UK?
Sweden, yeah. So I've got both, but I'd probably I'd normally go for represent Sweden these days. But yeah, I think I just saw that Wednesday, maybe Monday. I kind of found that, and yeah, was looking at flights and things and possible solutions to get there, because that would be a lot of fun to do that.
Yeah, it would be great, and it's a pretty accessible place. It's easy to fly to Budapest, and there's good flights between Stockholm and Budapest. I know that for a fact.
Yes, yeah, it's fairly easy, and I've never been to Hungary, so it'd be it'd be good to visit.
Yes, well, I can definitely recommend it.
Yeah, so maybe next year, because then it'll be fairly easy to get to Denmark and Norway and Finland. So those kind of competitions, that certainly next year I'll try and get a bit more involved in getting around a bit more.
Oh yes. And then once you get hooked, there's no stopping it.
No, it's very, very, very addictive, and I've always got something on the go. It makes my daughter laugh a lot to see that I've always got a puzzle out.
Does she maybe puzzle with you?
No, not yet. I haven't tempted her into it yet. Hoping that maybe she sees the light, but not yet.
She could be a future peers partner.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
There's a lot of puzzling families, so that is definitely an option to have.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Robert, for joining us, and
no worries. Thanks
sharing
thanks for this.
Your perspective and your experiences with us, and hopefully see you at another EJJ in the near future.
Yes, next week, I think.
Awesome. All right.
Very good.
Thanks very much, Robert.
Lovely to speak to you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.
Yeah, and thanks everyone for joining us on the live stream, and for helping being with us as we caught the action of Kristen getting a sub 30 time. That was super exciting. And really enjoy hosting with you, Fruji. Thanks so much, and good luck. Enjoy your time in Finland.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.